I'm Joanna Penn from Mystery Thriller TV, and today I'm reviewing Daemon by Daniel Suarez, which I read on the Kindle. First of all, the book is a techno-thriller, and for fans of The Matrix and that type of movie, I think you'll really enjoy it. The author is an avid gamer, works in the tech industry, and his knowledge just pervades the book and brings it alive. And as someone who's not too technical, but with an interest in the area, I was just fascinated by that side of the story. So, a plot overview, but with no spoilers, I promise. The book opens with the death of Matthew Sobel, online gaming entrepreneur and multi-billionaire, whose death and news release on the internet starts a program that unleashes a series of events in the real world. And that program is the demon of the title, or Daemon, however you like to say it. The book starts slowly with the death of a couple of the Cyberstorm employees, and a detective is sent to investigate, and I'll talk a bit about the characters in a minute. But it starts quite slowly, so if you download a sample, I really urge you to get further into the book, because after the first few chapters it really starts to speed up, and the effect sort of snowballs, because this guy's written a program that takes news, changes as news things come on the internet. It does something else, and although it starts off being quite small, this soon sort of escalates into a world-changing event that becomes sort of a fight between the cyber guys and the government and this program that eventually ends up kind of taking over the world. One of the main characters is Detective Seebeck, who is initially assigned to these murders and then gets involved more and more in the demon case, and eventually he basically has to choose between following the demon and some big consequences for his life. I won't go into any more spoilers on that, but the FBI and the government start getting involved when they try and storm Sobel's house, and violence and chaos erupt, and there's quite a big body count in this book. The violence is definitely there, but it can be graphic in parts, but I think it really serves the story. I'm not a massive horror fan, so it's definitely a techno-thriller with a sort of edge to it. I really found fascinating the gaming subculture. Now, I'm not a gamer myself, but I was just so involved in how this augmented reality world could come to exist. And what happens is the program, the demon, starts recruiting people in the real world. So one of the bad guys is called Loki. That's his name, I guess, in the game. And he's recruited by the demon, and he starts doing tasks in the real world. And yeah, he's a bit of an assassin, but he's got all these powers. And this alternate currency starts coming into play, and this augmented world where people can see vectors, they're called, which are paths through the real world using GPS coordinates and things like that. It becomes this majorly involved almost world where people live in the real world and the gaming world at the same time via these sort of special glasses, and get involved in tasks for the demon, like building physical equipment. So Loki eventually has these sort of really scary automated vehicles, and these things called razorbacks, which have big knives. They're quite violent, really, but a brilliant plot device to have this cyber world interacting with the real world. And what I really liked about the book is that you start off very clear on who's the bad guy and who's the good guy and how the world should work. And by the end of the novel, you're really trying to work out actually who the bad guy is after all, with big government, big corporations versus small groups, on this underground world. And after reading the first one, Daemon, I went and immediately got the second one, Freedom, which I will review another time. But I was so hooked by this premise that this demon program could jumpstart almost a revolution. So absolutely, I recommend this book. It's fascinating techno-thriller that I think you'll really enjoy. So please let me know what you thought about the book in the comments, or let me know any other books in a similar genre that I might be interested in reading and reviewing. Thank you. I'm Joanna Penn for Mystery Thriller TV.